dedicated and long enduring. We are met on a great promise. We have come to terms with the purpose that created as a humble refuge and those
Giving all praise and glory to God for this wonderful day. And thank you for those who have gathered to remember. We pause in silence even for those who did not return. Almighty and righteous God, bless those souls that we mourn. Bless those families who miss their presence and their friends. We remember their smiles and the glimmer in their eyes. Bless us, Lord, on this day. May we live in freedom, and righteous God. May you always bless this nation with freedom, liberty, and justice for all.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can, please stand and face the American flag. We are authorized by the United States Congress to invite all veterans to render a military salute if they so choose for the national anthem. Please be seated. Now, as a special honor to our veterans here present, we're going to ask the band to play the service songs of our United States military services. Feel free to stand and take that salute when you hear your service song. Our thanks to the Temporal Brass Band for those wonderful renditions of our military service songs. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. In our program today is a whole list of folks on the bottom of page 3 that helped make this day so special. It made it possible with donations, they made it possible with contributions of their time and their talent, and all the work that went into making this ceremony as well as the parade a really wonderful success. We also want to I want to call out a special thanks to the Arlington Heights Chamber of Commerce. If you saw those wonderful, beautiful thank you veteran signs that were all along our parade route, those were wonderful. And those signs represented our town, Arlington Heights, and were picked up by the media and are being seen by all over Chicagoland, I'm sure, and maybe beyond. So that's a wonderful thing, a wonderful statement about our community and what's in the heart of Arlington Heights. Also, I want to thank the Fox River Jeep Club. If you saw that there were 18 Jeeps that were brought on so that they could have veterans ride along in the parade who didn't want to march anymore. But today we want to especially thank some very important people, the people that this day is all about, and I'm talking about the Gold Star families, the families of our fallen heroes who are either here or sent me very special warm wishes to the town. They wanted to let everybody know how much they appreciate their sons being remembered on this very important day, and how much they appreciate that their son's sacrifice for our freedoms is valued so much by our community. Present today are the family of Richard J. Adam, Corporal, United States Air Corps, killed in action November 27, 1943. The family of Wilbert Henry Geesty, First Lieutenant, Marine Corps, killed in action March 8, 1945. And these are all young men from Arlington Heights who went off to battle and served their country and gave their lives for our freedoms. The family of Maurice E. Sheenan, Sergeant, U.S. Army, died of wounds March 21st, 1945. The family of Harry Lee Craig, United States Marine Corps, killed in action May 18th, 1968. The family of Donald R. Allen Clarber, United States Army, killed in action November 6, 1969. The family of William Carl Dabbert, United States Army, killed in action June 28, 1969. The family of Robert Hugh Conti, United States Marine Corps, killed in action November 24, 1969. The family of Paul R. Siverson, Major, United States Army, killed in action June 16, 2004. The family of Andrew K. Stern, First Lieutenant, United States Marine Corps, killed in action September 16, 2004. The family of William Robert Newgard, United States Army, killed in action December 29, 2006. And the family of James Bray Steck, Lance Corporal, United States Marine Corps, killed in action November 10, 2010. These are the Gold Star families that are present or in body or present in spirit with us today in thanks and in memory of their sons and their service to our nation. Thank you for coming. Each year, we make a promise to these families and families of all of our fallen heroes from Arlington Heights. And that promise is this: as long as one veteran resides in the Arlington Heights community, as long as one patriot is in our town, their sons will always be honored and they will never, ever be forgotten. That is the promise of Arlington Heights. We have many dignitaries with us today. We're very proud to have Senator Mark Kirk with us. And we receive best wishes or thoughts from our elected state representatives who are now in session down in Springfield. That's Illinois State Senator Matt Murphy and State Representatives David Harris and Elaine Neckritz. And we're very honored to have from our active duty military with us today, Rear Admiral Stephen Evans, who is the commander of Naval Service Training Command at Great Lakes. He's our Grand Marshal of our parade today. Also, the commander of our hometown unit, the 85th Support Command on on Central Road here in Arlington Heights, Brigadier General Frederick Mayako. And if you look towards the Eternal Flame statue, you'll notice that we have the United States Navy Recruit Training Center Honor Guard from Great Lakes. And just to my left, we have representatives of the 822nd Military Police Company stationed here in Arlington Heights. And to my immediate left are the officers and cadets of the Civil Air Patrol Lake and Hill Squadrons, who are the auxiliary of the United States Air Force. We have 4 veterans organizations represented here. We have the commanders of the Arlington Post 981 VFW. That's Mike McInerney, Commander McInerney. We have Don Horn, the commander of the American Legion Maryville Post 208. We have George Heyman, who is Commandant of the Northwest Suburban Marine Corps League Detachment 80. And we have Al Piskorski, who is past president of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 311. And from our village, we have our mayor, Tom Hayes. And out in the crowd there, I've seen many of our trustees. I can't name you all, but you're here and we appreciate it. From our park district, we have Mary Fran Leno, the president of the commissioners. And if Steve Schulten is out there, we want to give a special shout out. He's been our executive director of our park district for many years. And he and his staff were very, very much involved in making this park look the way it is today. The Arlington Heights Park District. And from the village of Arlington Heights also, we want to call out our police and our public works and our fire departments who did so much to help us make this parade and day possible. And one other thing, all the names that you're going to hear today read off of the honored veterans as well as the fallen heroes are located can be found in this program. And if you didn't get one here today, we're going to post this up on the Village of Arlington Heights website as well as the Arlington Heights Park District website. So take a look at that and get it. It's a historic document for our community. As always, as is our tradition, we're going to open our ceremony with a Memorial Day welcome from the VFW Post 981 Commander, Michael McInerney, Commander.
Good morning. Welcome, residents neighbors, family, friends, veterans, and distinguished guests. Thank you for participating in this special day. It is my privilege to welcome you on behalf of the veterans of VFW Arlington Post 981. Today we pay tribute to our fallen comrades who made the ultimate sacrifice, to those men and women who fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home to which they never returned. We honor their service and we mourn their loss. We pay tribute to the men and women who fought and died to preserve our way of life, forever mindful that without their courage and valor, America would simply not be the great nation that it is today. Your being here today is a testament to the highest ideals of Memorial Day. Those of you here recognize the true magnitude of the accomplishments of our fallen heroes. It is our duty to preserve their legacy. We take solace in knowing that their lives were not lost in vain, and we remain forever grateful for having given us the greatest gift on earth, freedom. Again, welcome and thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Commander McInerney. Now, as tradition also, we have a welcome from the Mayor of Arlington Heights, Tom Haig.
Thank you, Greg. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. On behalf of the Arlington Heights Village Board and the citizens we represent, it is my honor to officially welcome you to the Village of Arlington Heights and our remembrance ceremony here this morning. In a community where many have answered the call to serve others, we gather here today to honor and remember those who not only answered the call to duty in the defense of our country, but paid the ultimate price to preserve the freedoms we enjoy. In the words of Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, commander of the 20th Maine and hero of Little Round Top at Gettysburg in 1863, heroism is latent in every human soul. In the 150 years since Memorial Day was first observed to honor those who fell in the Civil War, Arlington Heights residents have been among the 1.5 million Americans who have fought and died with heroism, honor, and distinction. Soon we will be hearing the names of the more than 200 men and women who carried the flag on behalf of our community and our country who have passed away in the past year. As on the front lines at Gettysburg 150 years ago, others must now pick up that flag and lead the charge. I am certain that the next great generation of heroes, including some of the boys and girls here with us this morning, are up to that task. I want to close by once again thanking our community for consistently demonstrating their support of our service members and their families. And finally, by thanking you for joining us today to help honor and remember those noble soldiers who answered the call of duty and sacrificed so that we might live free. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Hayes. Now we have something very special. Senator Mark Kirk is going to present a medal, a very special medal, to a World War II veteran, Irving M. Abramson, who was wounded in the Battle of the Bulge. Senator Kirk.
You can see right here. Irving is a veteran of Battle of the Bulge. He got injured by German artillery during the Bulge. He got hit in the ribs and the hip. Irving got your 100th division attack. Century soldier. I did a lot of research on Irving here. I found out that his old CO used to be the commander of the division, were nicknamed Pinky. And Irving told me that when he was wounded, recovering in the Army hospital, Marlene and Peter came and gave him a big kiss. So Irving, on behalf of all of us in the United States, thank you for being such a hero. Here at the Purple Heart for your service in the Battle of the Bulge.
found the rest of his medal was combat action ribbon and a campaign ribbon, and make sure your mark was Irving, a round of applause for Irving.
Thank you, Senator Kirk, and thank you, Mr. Abramson, for your service to our nation. Today, we're very honored to have Memorial Day comments from serving active duty officers who can give us a very profound perspective on Memorial Day and what it means to a soldier serving now. Brigadier General Frederick Mayako Jr., the commander of the 85th Support Command, our hometown Arlington Heights community, joins us every year, and he provides us with a valuable perspective on what it means for an active duty Army officer to think about Memorial Day. General Mayako.
Thank you, and what a privilege to be here. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Arlington Heights knows how to celebrate Memorial Day. Let's give everybody involved with this festivity a big round of applause. I'm humbled and honored to follow after this presentation from a World War II veteran who served in the Battle of the Bulge. I will have to tell you that I'm going off script a little bit, but these World War II vets and Korean vets and our vets from Vietnam and all of the other vets that are out here, you are absolutely our heroes. Those of us who are serving in active duty and in reserve status, you are our heroes, you who have gone before us. And we honor you, we salute you, we commend you for the incredible freedoms that you have secured on behalf of this country. Thank you. At a remembrance held at Arlington National Cemetery in 1868, with the wounds of the Civil War still fresh, President James Garfield said that he found it difficult to utter the right words on this occasion. He said, and I quote, "If silence is ever golden, it must be here beside the graves of 15,000 men whose death was a poem, the music of which can never be sung," end quote. There was another president, Theodore Roosevelt, who with his 4 sons stood as a proud example of how entire families provide service and sacrifice for our nation. You see, all 5 Roosevelts served in combat over the course of 3 wars. The future president resigned his post as Assistant Secretary of the Navy to serve in the cavalry in a regiment in Cuba. Quentin, the youngest, joined the Army Air Corps when the U.S. entered World War I and was killed in aerial combat over France. Theodore Roosevelt Jr. led an Army battalion during World War I, fighting in several major battles, and was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross for his actions. He again volunteered in 1940 at the age of 56 and was awarded the Medal of Honor for his actions during the landing at Normandy. And while the Roosevelts enjoy great fame in American history, more often than not, our heroes are ordinary citizens, our neighbors, our friends, those who answered the nation's call when we needed them most. During the Vietnam War, Private First Class Milton Olive III was so proud of his enlistment, he practically slept in his uniform while at home on leave. Olive deployed to Vietnam in 1965, and while on patrol with 4 other soldiers moving through the jungle, a grenade landed in their midst, and Private Olive saved the lives of his fellow soldiers by falling on it to absorb the blast of his body. Through his bravery, quick action, and complete disregard for his own personal safety, he prevented the additional loss of life or injury to the members of his platoon. For wars of long ago to these of most recent times, this Memorial Day provides us as a nation an opportunity to pause and remember the service and sacrifice of so many different and remarkable people. U.S. Army Captain Kimberly Hampton was an athlete from South Carolina who dreamed of flying helicopters. The United States needs good, solid troops in the hot spots. That's where I want to be, she said. Following her dream, she became an OH-58 Kiowa helicopter pilot and led her platoon into Iraq in September of 2003. On January 2nd, 2004, she was shot down and killed while flying in support of troops battling on the ground in Fallujah, the first female pilot killed in combat operations. Those we remember today came from across our country. Every race, every religion, from farms and factories, cities and neighborhoods, and every imaginable walk of life. At the moment of greatest danger, all of them chose to put themselves in harm's way in defense of their comrades, their country, and each and every one of us. These soldiers were not the only ones to pay a price. Every fallen hero leaves painful memories and great sorrow at home. When she lost her son, Private First Class Richard Allen, to water, Brenda Cox painfully observed that it is supposed to be your children burying you, not the other way around. Richard died in 2009 of wounds sustained from an improvised explosive device while on a dismounted patrol in Afghanistan. Brenda is a Gold Star mother and a member of the Gold Star families who carry forward the memories of those who laid down their lives for the United States and the liberties for which we stand. Their pain and loss resides in all of us. Those Gold Star mothers give us strength and help us to remember our responsibility to their loved ones. We recognize the sacrifice that you have made, you Gold Star families, often with far less choice than the service member you lost. And we are eternally grateful for all that you do. Memorial Day is about honoring the heroes who are here only in spirit to keep their memories alive. It is a day of solemn mourning, but it is also a day of reverent celebration. Celebration of men and women who dared all, who gave all, so that we might continue to enjoy the freedoms and benefits of this great nation. And so I thank you for allowing me to join in this celebration here in Arlington Heights to remember these heroes both fallen and those that are here among us. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Our Grand Marshal for our parade today, and also our speaker here at the ceremony, is Rear Admiral Stephen Evans. Admiral Evans and his Naval Service Training Command staff are headquartered up at Naval Station Great Lakes to the north of us. Naval Service Training Command oversees very significant role in the United States Navy in terms of training the Navy's personnel. They do the initial training of 98% of the officers and enlisted personnel for the Navy, as well as the Navy's Citizen Development Program. The Naval Service Command also includes the Recruit Training Command at the Great Lakes that produces 800 to 900 new sailors for the United States Navy every Friday. There's a graduation there. He also, this Naval Service Training Command also oversees the Naval ROTC program at more than 160 colleges and universities, as well as the Navy Officer Training Command at Naval Station Newport, Rhode Island, as well as the Naval Junior ROTC and Naval National Defense Corps Cadet Corps programs at more than 600 high schools nationwide. Today, here in Arlington Heights, Admiral Evans, as he served the Grand Marshal of our parade, also has a very moving and profound message for us on Memorial Day. Admiral Evans?
Thank you, Greg, for that great introduction. On behalf of all the men and women serving both here and abroad, I thank you for inviting me here today. For all you military men and women, past and present, thank you for your service. And especially to those Gold Star families, thank you from a grateful nation for your service and sacrifice. You have my most sincere condolences on your loss. It is always an honor to speak on behalf of our Navy, and I take great responsibility as we gather to recognize our fallen American heroes on this Memorial Day. President John F. Kennedy, a former Navy lieutenant, once said, "A nation reveals itself not only by the men it produces, but also by the men it honors, the men it remembers." A key component to our nation's greatness lies in our ability to remember and honor the countless men and women who have died by serving in our military, bonded in the ideas of service, selflessness, and honor. As we stand here today, I ask you to call to mind the lost, the wounded, and all of those who have served on behalf of our great nation. They each have stories to tell. The crosses at Normandy, the markers at Punch Bowl in Korea, the tombs at Arlington, and the fallen heroes who rest in places unknown. From our founding revolution to today's unsettled world, nearly 1 million men and women in the armed forces have sacrificed their lives while defending America in time of war. 70 years ago, Americans were still celebrating their great victory in the European theater, a triumph that came at an enormous price. But that celebration was tempered with the determination and sacrifice that still lay ahead, as Americans and their allies were engaging the Japanese on the Pacific island of Okinawa. One such American was Dale M. Hansen, a 19-year-old from Wisner, Nebraska. At 5'9", 141 pounds when wet, Private Hansen was far from the biggest Marine in his reserve unit, but he fought like a giant. He landed in Okinawa with his unit on Easter Sunday, 1945. At a critical stage in the action on May 7th, Private Hansen crawled to an exposed position where he used a rocket launcher to destroy strategically located enemy pillboxes. After his weapon was destroyed by enemy fire, he seized a rifle and continued a one-man assault and opened fire on 6 enemy soldiers, killing 4 before his rifle jammed. He fought off the 2 remaining enemy soldiers with the butt of his rifle, returned to cover, then advanced again with another weapon and some grenades. Private Hansen proceeded to destroy a strong mortar position and killed 8 more soldiers that day, enemy soldiers that day. For his actions, on May 7th, his parents received his Medal of Honor. While Private Hansen survived the heroic actions that earned him the medal, he was killed by sniper fire just 4 days after his amazing display of combat valor. Private Hansen, like so many other defenders of freedom, is forever young. Brittany Gordon lived a life of service. In the Tampa Bay Times newspaper, her mother and cousin recalled how her love of everything surrounding her made her so popular and personal. She felt the call to serve her country, and as a 24-year-old Army specialist, Brittany was among a group that was unloading equipment in an intelligence office in eastern Afghanistan on October 13, 2012. She lost her life that day when a terrorist detonated a suicide gas. Her cousin remembered her by saying, "Brittany was a shining light." And like Private Hansen, Specialist Brittany Gordon is forever young. Lieutenant Vincent Capitano, the Navy chaplain, serving during the Vietnam War, ran through an open area raked with fire. And despite the multiple wounds to his arms and legs, he refused medical aid as he continued to move about the battlefield and provide encouragement and example for those under fire. Struck down by a burst of machine gun fire while rushing to the aid of others. He was a superb example of one man's willingness to make the ultimate sacrifice for his country. Like Private Hanson and Specialist Gordon, Lieutenant Capodanno is forever young. Now these are just three examples of true American heroism. Arlington Heights honors 58 such heroes. Just imagine these and more than 1 million more service members who made the ultimate sacrifice. We should never let these exceptional Americans be just statistics, just numbers, because they are real people with real families. They live in real communities, just like Arlington Heights. So we can best honor their sacrifice by remembering their families, who have lost so much. Long after the battlefield guns have been silenced and bombs stop exploding, the children of our fallen warriors will still be missing a parent. Spouses will be without their life partners. Parents will continue to grieve for the heroic sons and daughters that died way too early. We need to be there for them, not just as members of the military, but as American citizens as well. Now, no one can replace these fallen heroes, especially in the eyes of their families. But we can offer shoulders to lean on, assistance with educational and other expenses, and an assurance that their loved one's sacrifice will not be forgotten. That brings me to a true American experience that I became aware of today. As a service member, I know how it feels when someone says, "Thank you for your service." But your community recently showed what the American spirit is all about in showing your gratitude to a pair of American heroes. Marine Lance Corporal Cody Evans, no relation, and Army Sergeant Jason Smith, who's with us here today. They both served proudly in their respective services and were both severely injured, severely wounded. The local community and 3 high schools, John Hershey, Buffalo Grove, and Rolling Meadows High School, collected over $30,000 for building new homes for both Lance Corporal Evans and Sergeant Smith. High school students even built the interior walls and shipped them to the build site. I learned all about that story today also. Remarkable. The stories like these are what make me more positive than ever in our youth as the future of our country. Both servicemen were supposed to be this morning. Sergeant Smith is here, Jason's here. Cody was unable to be here with us today. But I want to thank both service members for their service. And I'd like to thank the people of Arlington Heights for your support and generosity. We must always remember that freedom isn't free. In fact, freedom is only possible because our fallen heroes have paid its high price. A price paid which enables us to have ceremonies and observances like this in Arlington Heights and other towns across our great nation. Remembering our fallen once a year, though, is not enough. The widows, widowers, fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, and children, remember them every day. The empty seat at the dinner table, the smaller gathering at Thanksgiving, and the voice of a loved one heard only as a distant memory in one's mind are constant reminders that you're gone. We owe it to our heroes that died and the loved ones left behind to make sure that their sacrifices are remembered and that their service to this great nation is always honored. Real people, real stories. May God bless them all. May God bless all of you. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Admiral. We have many community partners here in the village of Arlington Heights that contribute so much to the quality of life that we enjoy, and especially our friends in the military services, those on Central Road. And we thank General Mayako for his involvement in our community, and we thank Admiral Evans and all those at Great Lakes for their involvement in our community over the years as well. And Admiral, in recognition of not only your service to our great country, but especially for your service today as our Grand Marshal of our great Memorial Day Parade, I want to present you with this proclamation. On behalf of the Village Board of Arlington Heights and the residents of the community that we represent, I want to read just a small portion of this proclamation if I could. Whereas Rear Admiral Evans is the son of a United States Marine and a native of Beaufort, South Carolina. In 2015, he was named Commander of Naval Service Training at the Great Lakes Station. And he is responsible for overseeing the training of most of the Navy recruits. And whereas Rear Admiral Evans graduated in 1986 from the Citadel and has served several sea tours. Duties ashore include assignments with the Operational Test and Evaluation Force and Joint Warfare Analysis Center, as well as serving as Chairman of the Admissions Board for the United States Naval Academy and as Senior Military Assistant to the United States Secretary of the Navy. And whereas we are honored and proud to have Rear Admiral Evans here today as the Grand Marshal of the 97th Annual Memorial Day Parade and Ceremony here in the village of Arlington Heights, we welcome him and we thank him for his service to our country. Now therefore, I, Thomas W. Hayes, Mayor of the village of Arlington Heights, along with our Board of Trustees, do hereby recognize Admiral Stephen C. Evans for his involvement with our community over the past year, but more importantly, for his exceptional military career, his commitment to selfless service, and his loyalty to protect the lives of people and the values that are the backbone of our nation. Thank you, Admiral Evans, for your involvement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Admiral Evans. Thank you, Mayor Hayes. At this time, I'm going to ask all the individuals who are presenting wreaths in our ceremony on behalf of their organizations, all those individuals presenting wreaths, would you please gather by the my right hand of the stage, and John Bluchert and Jim Platt will get you all organized. Thank you. Our next part of the ceremony is an honor to all the veterans of our community who passed away in the last 12 months. We call them our honored veterans. They were not killed in battle. They were in the military, one of the services, one of the branches of our military. They came home, they had a life, they had a family and a career, they enjoyed the freedoms that we all enjoy, but they served our nation. And because of that, we'd like to honor their names by reading them. And Commander Don Horn of the American Legion, Post 208, will read those names now. David Allen Aldrich, Edward Anders, Peter Andress, Wayne H. Arden, Robert G. Fair, Rudolph Balick, Richard Patrick Berry, Robert H. Barnicki, Carl Brumhart, Robert L. Becker, Frederick G. Becker, Richard T. Bank, Roger Leonard Bergren, Patrick T. Betzel, John Edward Bloom, George Francis Bozen, James Rocky Booth, Donald E. Brady, Robert J. Rawley, Thomas H. Brennan, Thomas Robert Broderick, James Michael Brown, Andrew Henry Bushell, Daniel Caruso, William Carlisle, Donald H. Tabb, Louis B. Calazar Sr., Raymond Herron, Alex Junies, Wayne Frederick Christensen, John A. Clancy, Frank B. Clark, Ralph Emerson Clark Jr., John A. Coco, Jake Kellowin, Carl F. Covey, Thomas A. Culhane, Samuel P. Demeco, Thomas Dixon Dacey, Melvin Arnold Dahl, Robert J. Geary, Terrence L. Dodgen, Norbert A. Donarski, Frank V. Donatello, Jose G. Duran, Wayne M. Gula, Willard R. Elderson, Cheryl Leonard Elliott, Richard Edmund Ebert, James Merrill Evans, Vincent Thomas Ferrara, James Taguchi, Kenneth Franke, David K. Francis, Ronald E. Fronchek, William F. Frost Jr., Raymond Eugene Frola, Eugene A. Galka, Jeremy Churro Garland, Leroy Giampuli, Albert Norman Gilman, Kenneth William News, Theodore H. Gobert, Larry T. Goodwin, Timothy J. Gottschalk, Paul J. Green, Oliver C. Gray, Howard Walter Griesbach, Thomas George Gorsnickel, Robert F. Krupowski, Joseph F. Kuzman, James L. Hagman, Donald C. Hamburg, Joseph F. Hausner, Robert C. Helm, George E. Honerman, William R. Howard, Paul Glenn Howell, Susan Diane Hoyne, Daniel R. Huizinga, Jim Hummel, James Harry Hurley, Harry Jin, John B. Johansson, James Oscar Rossetti, Wayne Ellis Justy, Francis Philip Panhetchik, Robert Paul Carlo, Bob Kelly, Thomas P. Kennedy, Charles M. Kent, Robert Willard Kilborn, Henry J. Killian, Thomas J. King, Frank G. Klinger, Lawrence Knott, Raymond Kayuseki, Thomas F. Tozemer, Albert Edward Kraus, Joseph John Kupixo, Leonard L. Lang, Edward Harold Leahy, Howard D. Leggett, Edgar Ronald B. Master, Robert N. North Lindquist, Richard F. Lipke, Angelo LeBou, Donald O. Lord, Louis John Wiesek, John Maitland, James Arthur Madewell, Gerald Michael Malik, Vincent Emmanuel Moranto, William C. Marat, Carl William Virgil Mays, Herschel Stanley McDaniel, John B. McDonald, Michael P. Meehan, Wayne Edward Meekins, Benedict Thomas Yonley, John A. Miller, Marvin J. Miller, Gregory Gerson Moody, Lloyd D. Morin, Lloyd Conrad Nelson, Daniel Peter Novak, George E. Oakley Jr., Raymond A. Osmond, Edwin John Ozimek, David L. Peterson, Dorothy Eileen Petropoulos, Alpha Stanley Phillips, Michael A. Peets, Jacob P. Kapowski, Antonio Bruno Pizzato, Edward Francis Rafferty, Eugene S. Rodachek, George Paul Rotke, Richard H. Rhetoric, Donald Odell Reed Sr., George Bernard Brenner, Morris Joe DePlogo, Donald Lewis Rock, Stanley Kenneth Rogers, Louis E. Ross, Lester William Rozalowski, Orville Westman, John B. Ryan, Gordon Philip South, Donald Anthony Sanders, Herbert Ronald Sauer, Richard J. Schlott, Art Schlott, Russell Henry Schlotterer, Paul G. Schmidt, Thomas William Schramm, Lawrence Aloysius Schutz, Thomas J. Schulte Sr., Daniel Raymond Schultz, Norman A. Schreiber, Louis B. Scott, James Patrick Smith, James J. Smith, M.D., Frank W. Smollett, Robert Staley, Donald Lee Stanley, Melba E. Stark, Albert E. Stasek, Albert John Stefani, Stephen M. Stefanik, James Randolph Stanek, Joseph Luther Stephan, Edward J. Stewart, Thomas M. Strauss, Frank B. Sullivan, George D. Taboo, Richard A. Thompson, James C. Thunder Jr., Timothy Francis Tremaine Jr., John J. Berenbeck, Bruno William Warhawk, Eugene Leslie Wagner, Barry Roger Wallace, Philip Vern Walters, Lawrence A. Ward, Robert E. Watson, Gary E. Raymond, George Raymond Wagner, William Burton Wagner, Francis E. Westfall, Donald H. Webb, Frank Friedman, Roy Henry Wiekelman, Dwayne J. Garrington, Chiffon Zaharis, Jacob Ziegler, Elaine Janet Ziegler. Thank you, Commander Horn. Those were the veterans who passed away in our community in the last 12 months. The following list is referred to as Arlington's Fallen Heroes. These are the 58 young men from our town who served in our nation's military and gave their lives for our freedom. They're commemorated here at Memorial Park with commemorated bricks that are at the base of the Eternal Flame statue that we have here in our park. They're joined by 700 other veterans from everywhere and every time whose service is commemorated here in our park. The names of these 58 Arlington Fallen Heroes are read every year in honor of their sacrifice and as a remembrance and as a promise to their families that we will never forget them at all. From the Civil War, Jacob Sigwald, Walter J. Kennicott. From the Spanish-American War, George R. Gray. From World War I, Theodore Heemsma, David H. Hodges. From World War II, there are 37 young men from our town who died in the service of our nation, which, if you took the same proportion from today's Arlington Heights, that would be well over 900 young men. So you can get an idea of just how much this town sacrificed during World War II. From World War II, Warren T. Umbright, John B. Hatch, John J. Nickel, Norman W. Beasy, Douglas F. Milligan, Richard J. Adam, Paul E. Pingle, Theodore H. Meyer, John J. Duke, Franklin J. Buglitz, Lyle F. Shane, George F. Rossi, August B. Bunsick, Joseph J. Soyan, Paul W. Wood Jr., Eugene M. Potter, James H. Kellogg, Edward G. Deary, Howard P. Prairie, C.W. Samilovich, James C. Scott, Robert R. Gardner, Wilbert W. Barron, and his brother Albert G. Barron, Morris Bow, Elvin J. Anderson, David Goodlett, Warren J. Henton, Wilbert Peasky, Lester Bennett, Harry Firemuth and Maurice E. Shannon Jr., Adolph H. Bussey Jr., Anthony Scalero, Richard F. Messina, Raymond C. Peters, and Arthur Niebuhr. From the Korean War, Frank E. Blumenschein, John P. Martin Jr. From the Vietnam War, there were 9. Sammy L. Hartzell, Robert E. Bardak, Daniel R. Shuren, Harry L. Craig, Douglas D. Vaughn, William C. Davenport, Donald A. Clarber, Robert F. Conti, Scott N. Jacobson. From Operation Desert Shield, Bradley R. Schultz. From Operation Iraqi Freedom, Paul R. Syverson, Andrew K. Stern, William R. Newgard. From Operation Enduring Freedom, James Ray Stack. These are the 58 fallen heroes from Arlington Heights, the people that we honor and remember today and every day for their sacrifices for our freedom. Now our wreath presenters will move up the path towards the circle, and I'll read them off one by one as they present the wreaths on behalf of the organizations that they represent. Our first wreath presenter is presenting on the behalf of the United States Navy, Rear Admiral Stephen Evans. On behalf of the United States Army, Brigadier General Frederick R. Mayaco, Jr. On behalf of the VFW Arlington Post 981, Commander Michael McInerney. On behalf of Arlington Legion Merrill Dial Post 208, we have the Legion Commander Don Horn, the American Legion Post 208 President Cindy Hall, and Poppy Girls, Department of Illinois Miss Poppy Isabella McDonald, Department of Illinois Junior Miss Poppy Alexis Horn, Post 208 Juniors Miss Poppy Susan Ferris, and Post 208 Little Miss Poppy Leah Horn. From the Northwest Suburban Marine Corps League, Detachment 80, Commandant George Heyman. From the Village of Arlington Heights, Mayor Thomas Hayes. From the Arlington Heights Police Department, Sergeant Gary Kaminsky, the Calderwood Officer of the Year. From the Arlington Heights Fire Department, Chris Reimel, who is a lieutenant in the United States Coast Guard Reserve, and Adam Sillig, a member of the Fire Department Honor Guard. From the Arlington Heights Park District, Commissioner Miles Norton. From the Arlington Heights Park Foundation Board Member Will Plover. From the Arlington Heights Memorial Library, Trustee Deborah Nelson, accompanied by her daughter Sophie and her son Wyatt. From the Arlington High School Alumni Class of 1964, they are placing a wreath in honor of 2 of their esteemed classmates, Arlington High School graduate Bob Conti and Arlington High School graduate Bill Dabbert, both Arlington's fallen heroes, presented by Mike East. From the Arlington Heights Lions Club, Greg Andrzejewski, President. And representing both the Northwest Suburban Democrats of Wheeling Township and the Republicans of Wheeling Township, Mark Walker. We will conclude our ceremony today, first with a 21-gun salute to our fallen heroes, as well as followed by taps, then a closing prayer by Father Matt Foley. Then we're going to ask all active duty personnel and all veterans who are present to gather around the eternal flame for our annual Remembering Our Veterans photo. Ready the rifle squad, ready the bugler. Father Matt, please provide the closing prayer.
Good and gracious God, we are so grateful to be in your presence one more day to serve this great country in freedom. Thank you for the ultimate sacrifice that those that have gone before us, the symbol that they've given us, and the guidance they've presented us. Watch over all those gathered here, especially those who find themselves in harm's way. Bring them home safely so we can join again tomorrow and every day that we walk the face of the earth in freedom, love, and service. Amen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, fallen heroes families. Thank you to everyone. Please, all the veterans, all the active duty, immediately gather around the eternal flame, and we'll take that wonderful Remembering Our Veterans photograph.
I don't know yet.
Okay.
We'll just do some with and some without.
Let me go. How far back?
Can you get those guys? Those guys.
John, are we clear? John?
Yes, you're clear. We have to Photoshop you out.